What's your name and what do you do?
Sarah Zallek. I'm a sleep specialist neurologist physician.
Perfect, you're a sleep specialist. So one of the most common places people get, if you ask people where do you get your absolutely best ideas, one of the four most common answers is when I'm sleeping.
That's right.
Explain.
Well, sometimes when they're sleeping or when they're about to sleep, but sometimes when we're sleeping, the mind is very creative. So if you have REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, which is dream sleep, your mind has all that information that it already knows, but it looks at it differently and synthesizes information differently than when you're awake. And lots of people have creative ideas when they're sleeping.
So, but why? Why does some of the best ideas come right before we sleep or when we're sleeping?
Before we sleep, I think before we sleep and while we're sleeping are two different things. Before we sleep, it's that special time when we're probably by ourselves, really. We're very often interacting and doing things, and we finally are alone with our minds. And if you can discipline yourself not to have so much working thought when you're in bed and sort of get up and use that creative time outside of bed, it's better for your sleep. But that's a very special time when you're really by yourself in your own mind and you're not responsible for doing other things, and your mind is allowed to process and think creatively and synthesize a lot of information. Same thing when you're sleeping. REM sleep is a very active process. Cognitively, we're putting together a lot of information, and I don't know why we can solve problems better in sleep sometimes than in wake, but it's very common. Maybe you should sleep more often and be in the position to sleep more often. I don't know, maybe replicate what you're, if you want that experience when you're not in bed and not about to be sleeping or not sleeping, then I would say take time to be mindful or mindless. Get yourself away from everything you're interacting with and doing, and let your mind just be, which is sort of what we're doing in bed. Really let your mind go and allow it to free run a little bit, and you might find that you'll solve problems if you're not on your phone at your desk interacting with people and writing a book.
Yes, so it's actually not the fact that we're just falling asleep that makes us creative, it's that we are giving ourselves time to be by ourselves and mindless.
Totally.
So if we decided to spend more time alone by ourselves being mindless also during the day, do you think we'd get better ideas during the day too?
Yes, and we'd probably sleep better because it wouldn't be such an emergency to use your brain when you're in bed. Absolutely.
That's great. Perfect. Any last advice from a sleep perspective when it comes to creativity?
Oh gosh, get enough sleep. In fact, creativity is really, really, really better if you sleep well. So sleep is fuel. Your brain needs fuel to work well when it's awake, and so fuel your brain with enough sleep. Adults need about 8 hours, 7 hours is good enough for most of us. 6 hours or less, we are all impaired cognitively and motorically, even if we don't know it. So get 7 or 8 hours of sleep and you'll be more creative.
Perfect. And isn't it true that Americans don't sleep enough?
Yes, it's true that Americans don't sleep enough because we think we're superheroes and we don't need sleep, but it's not true.
Thank you.